Hello, I hope you all are well. Okay, so my name is Holly. I am a psychic medium. I love my Oracle and Tarot decks, but I'm not a card reader per se, so I tend to do more channeled messages and just hearing what Spirit has to say. So please bear with me with the cards, because I'm sure a lot of you have a lot more knowledge about the specifics of the cards, but they're a jumping off point for me, okay? And this is a general reading. So please understand that. And subscribe and like if so inclined. All right, let's get to it. Yay. All right, today I needed my clear mug because it was a long night. Man, dream season, I'm calling this dream season, is in full gear. And last night there was nothing I needed to remember. It was all busy dreams. And how do you tell the difference? Okay, here's your 101. How do you tell the difference between busy brain dreams and just sorting out the anxiety and just crap of the day, or if it's something you need to remember in a message from Spirit? A message from Spirit will linger. You won't have to work to remember it. It will be vivid. It would be that lucid, vivid, crisp dream where you can see it, smell it, taste it, remember it when you wake up. Whereas busy brain dreams, you wake up in the middle of the night and you're frustrated, and then you try to go back to sleep, and sometimes you do and sometimes you don't. But then in the morning when you finally get up for real, it just starts to get kind of hazy and you're maybe in a funky mood and you're like, okay, what was I dreaming last night? I remembered had something. Oh, yeah. But if you have to work to remember it, it's totally your brain sorting out the day and the stuff and maybe the stuff you've got yet to do. So that's just kind of a good kind of overview of what's the difference between spirit messages and busy brain dreams, okay? And I'm not getting into if they're like drug-induced or fueled by any kind of substance outside of yourself. Okay, that's a totally different world. And I'm not a big proponent of that. If people use ayahuasca or any of the altering herbs or chemicals or whatever for spiritual enlightenment, you do you. It's not my world. You live in it. It's yours. But me personally, I just for me again, me personally, that doesn't feel real to me. Okay, all right. So all right, what are we doing? Okay, I pulled out a bunch of decks today because I am very pulled toward mainly these oracle cards. Oh, hold on just a minute. Thank you. All right, the first one I'm going to get just a general overview of the energy coming in. Gateway Oracle cards by Denise Linn. Okay. And they are lovely. Those are lovely cards. All right. So I feel like today, and right before I got started, and I said my prayer for centering, grounding, protection, calling in my team, Mother and Father God, help me to discern what is and interpret correctly what is given from Spirit and what I hear, see, know, whatever. But also, what is the energy that, or the message that the collective most needs? And yes, I am burning incense, so I am seeing a little bit of the smoke wafted through right now. But sometimes it is interesting the moments in which it chooses to show up in front of my phone. All right, so what is the message? I feel like there's a dominant energy or message but it's just right there, but I'm not, my ear is blowing up now. Okay, so I gotta find a different way of saying that. That's not a pleasant way to say that. My ear is becoming alive with energy. Okay, that's better. What is the dominant message and energy for the collective to be aware of today? Look on the bottom. Okay. Oh, interesting. I'll tell you why. All right, savoring pleasure. Someone's taking a bubbly bath. I fully embrace bliss in my life. Okay, and receiving from angels was under that. Okay, so savoring the pleasure. What I got right before I started was that today is the day to center and ground. Centering and grounding is when you call your energy back, you're centered within yourself, you have balance, and even though you may sway when the wind blows, nothing's going to really knock you flat on your back, okay? Because you are firmly rooted and planted in the knowledge of yourself and the knowledge of spirit, and with the help of Mother Earth, the spirit guides and guardians, all that is, however you do it. Now, when you are centered and grounded and know who you are and what you want, and that's what we're going to talk about with that savor and pleasure, and what was coming to me before I started, what came to me before I started. What was showing up was creating space, not just within yourself, because we've been doing that and working on that, but coming up with 1 or 2 words or a hyphenated something that will be your mantra for today. And what I kept getting was self-love, self-love. So I guess that's going to be my mantra today. And that's going to take whatever form it needs to take, whether it's eating good food or getting enough protein or standing out in the sunlight and getting some actual sun. Hopefully we have it. Or maybe a little piece of chocolate. As you can tell, things revolve around food a lot for me. Maybe it's taking a salt bath for you. A cleansing, healing, bubble bath, salt bath with whatever it is that makes you feel good. And aromatherapy, listening to music, whatever it is. Whatever it is that makes you feel good within yourself or strong within yourself. So find your word or short phrase, and like, for example, self-love or strength or knowing, or, it runs the gamut. It could be anything, but today is the day. And then create a space. It could be on the dashboard of your car. It could be a picture you tape into the center of the steering wheel if that's the only time you have to yourself in transit. Now, be careful. Always be careful. I mean, you don't want to play and look at things while you're driving other than focusing on the road. Be safe, always. But it's, and I'm talking about when you're just sitting in a parking lot before you get ready to go into the grocery store. You look at that picture taped onto the horn of the steering wheel, okay? Or even if if you live with a bunch of other people and you don't have a quiet space just your own, get a little box, an old Amazon box or shoebox or something, and put your special crystals in there, or your affirmation list, or your future goals list, or your word of the day, self-love, being intuitive, knowing, getting the answers you seek, direction, clarity, strength, pride. And pride doesn't have to be bad. Pride can be bad, but pride very often is just you saying, I deserve goodness in my life. Maybe that's the word, good or goodness. You get it. So if you have the luxury of having space around you, create your entire space, or even a wall of it, or a countertop, or whatever it is, but create a space that becomes sacred for you. And that was the word I heard earlier, and that's, they just said, finally, I got it. That's why I've been rambling on, trying to get to that word, I guess. Create a sacred space for yourself today, so that it could even be something small that you carry in a purse or pocket, okay? But something that reminds you that you are a sacred soul. You carry a spark of the all that is within you. Okay? And when you have that, it becomes your touchstone for this word of the day. Remember self-love. Remember strength. Remember knowing. Remember peace. Remember that I am sacred and deserve to be treated as such. Or laughter. That is a great one. Be happy. Happiness. Laughter, joy. you know? All right, and it could change day to day, and maybe keep a list of those words and see how they change as things go on. All right. That was a big message for someone. Okay. I think a big group of us, actually, a whole lot of us. All right, so I am getting ready to use now the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. Okay. I did cut these down because I could do so without really losing a whole lot of the necessary parts, but it makes it easier for me to shuffle because it's a pretty thick deck too, as you can see. So, what is the message today for the collective? That was for you personally. Now what is on the outside? What is coming from without? That was an internal message for the energy of today. What is... Okay, they want me to pick this one. Ooh. It's a pretty card. It's a... Oh, God, this just feels good to look at. I know, you're like, show it to me then. All right, I will. Get it out of the glare. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? All the little sparkly, twinkling lights. And the dove. Just beautiful. Door to Spirit. Oh, thank you, Spirit. The doors are opening. The reason... Oh, they're always looking out for us. The reason why they were talking about you having your word or phrase mantra to focus on today, to get centered and grounded, is because the doors are about to open. This keeps coming up. I'm telling you, it's no coincidence. So the doors are about to open, and Spirit is going to not just point them out to us so that we can walk through them. They're going to open the doors. Because sometimes we get in our own way. We're trying to pull that door open and we don't realize we got our foot stuck in front of it and it keeps hitting our toe, you know? The one I opened in the middle to that said, look here, is the temple path. Okay? What I'm hearing is, you know that phrase about your body as a temple? Well, it's what houses your soul. So all of you is a temple. All of you. Visit the inner temple today. The inner temple of your wisdom and your knowing and your connection to Spirit. You don't have today. I always say ask for what you want. A lot of people do too, and that's true. Today, you don't have to ask for what you want. You just have to ask for the emotion behind it. Peace, serenity, wellness, prosperity of whatever kind. Once you zone in and tune in on that, Spirit is getting ready to open the doors big time. Whether you choose to walk through it or not is entirely up to you. Okay? Entirely up to you. Yeah, this one. No. This one. All right. The Priestess of Light Oracle, again, Sandra Ann Taylor, and this time also with Kimberly Weber. I've used these before. This is a message from the feminine aspect of the divine. Okay? She is a very engaged mother energy. She wants us to know that she is near today. The feminine energy is off the charts today, and it's wonderful because it is a feminine energy of nurturing. Today is a day of nurturing. Again, I guess that's why. With this internalized mantra, clairvoyance, inspiration, interpretation, and trust. Trust your inner knowing. Ooh, and the top of my head just lit up. There's someone who's got a hand on top of my head right now. It's maybe someone who has incarnated, but only once. This is divine feminine energy. She is standing. Wow. Okay. Wow. She's working on my crown. She's got both hands over my head like this. Ooh. Wow. That's nice. What is the download? What is it you want me to know? She's clearing out and pulling away the old. Your vision is going to grow greater and with clarity. Be ready for the changes that come in. This isn't just for me, you all. This is for everyone. And for those of you who are working on actively becoming more clairvoyant or more knowing, substitute knowing for clairvoyant or intuitive. Be at peace with where you are. Everything is fine. Everything is happening in the time frame it should. There are surprises around the corner for you. There are forces, but good forces, the divine forces, the angelic forces, the spirit guide and guardian forces at work. They are at work and preparing you. You have gone through a tremendous, tremendous stripping of the old. They're showing me like a Band-Aid on a wound that the wound tried to heal, but you had this nasty, rancid old Band-Aid down there and refused to take it off until it started to meld in with the skin, and then the wound just festered underneath. So far this year, and I know we're not far into the year yet, but January, the idea started. February, just this last week, I think. They are ripping, and currently they are ripping. Spirit is reminding you it's time to rip that Band-Aid off and let the wound dry and heal thoroughly. It's time. It is time. It is time. We are coming to your aid. We are coming to your aid and will be with you every step of the way, but you must do the work. We can only give you the inspiration and the calling to do so. You must do your own work. We will give you flashes of insight of what could be when you choose to do the work. We love you, regardless of the choice you make. But understand there will be a choice you will have to make to stay where you are or rise into and become the person and being and spirit that we know that you can be. Choices and options will be presented to you, and they may seem foreign and scary, and they may seem different, but it will be your choice whether you act on them or not. Nothing will be forced on you ever. This is your incarnation and your choice. However, when the door opens, if you do not walk through it, the effort will be greater the next time you decide you are ready. They will always be available, but this is the time. There is a difference in the flow, even of the molecular structure of everything around us. We are with you all the time. We have never left you. Come into your clarity and come into your divinity, and all else will follow. Thank you. Well, okay. I guess I don't need any more of those. Okay. Yeah. Wow. The top of my head and my third eye are just doing that kind of thing, you know? All right. I feel like I shouldn't move my head. It's almost like, like when you get a haircut, or it's been so long, I just whack at my own, but, when you get a haircut and they're like, don't move, and you're like, okay, and you're afraid to turn or do anything. That's kind of what it feels like, because I can still feel her. She is still standing behind me, and she's now working on my ears and my neck and the top of my back and shoulders. You guys are, we are all in for an interesting awakening. Cheers. Okay. Okay. Now what? They're saying come back and now do one more of the Denise Linn Gateway Oracle cards and see What comes up this time? Just open it. Just open it to the middle. Yeah. Well, communicating freely was kind of stuck in my hand, but the card is taking action. I enthusiastically embrace life's boundless possibilities. Well, that's the message that just came through. Yeah. The time to take action is going to be very soon. Leaping into the future. All right. Savor pleasure today. Rest, relax, regroup. Create your sacred space. I'm hearing make the declaration that you are open to positive, all change that will serve your greater good, your highest good, and bring in the best of all things for you and bring you closer to spirit. You can phrase that however you want. Okay. All right, one more. Woo. Higher Self Oracle. Deanna Marie Riddick. Okay. All right. That was weird. I wanted to... It's like I couldn't get coordinated. That was weird. They said just open it. That's why. I literally could not figure out how to shuffle for a minute. Or pull a card. And they said just open it. And it opened to love. All right, that was the message. Boy, I love when they make it easy. Be open to the spirit of love. That's what I'm hearing. The spirit and the essence of love and loving energy. Let nature love you. Let spirit love you. Let your higher self and your higher power remind you who you are so you love yourself. What I'm hearing is leave the insecurity behind. It's not serving you. The second guessing, questioning, looking for something to be wrong. When love presents itself in purity and honesty, take it for what it is in that moment. Ask Mother, Father, God, ask this divine feminine energy. And if I could describe her, she's just beautiful. She actually has veils and lots of folding fabric around her. She is gorgeous. And just the purest, most gentle, loving energy. I'm going to ask if this can transfer through to anyone watching now so that you can also feel this. If you choose not to receive it, that's fine. If you choose to, I certainly hope. Oh, she's reaching out now. She's reaching out through like this and almost reaching out to touch. She's doing this. Yes. You don't have to accept, but if you do, it is very healing and nurturing. Understand that you are part of the greater divine. You are part of the greater oversoul collective of energy and all that is. Whether you say God or Goddess or Mother or Father God, all that is, it doesn't matter. The language does not matter. The energy is real. I hope you can sit with that energy briefly today, or all day if you can. There's something about the natural world that's important since we live in it. It is a way to recharge and fuel us. If you can even through pictures, but if you go to even in the grocery store, it doesn't have to be a florist shop, in a grocery store where they have the floral section, even if you just put your hand on a live plant just briefly and thank it for being, and know that when you touch the leaf of that plant, you're touching more than the leaf of that plant. You're touching the creation and the creator, and something so much bigger than any of us. Be near a source of water today, even if it's just standing an extra minute or few seconds if you can in the shower, or something about bathing and washing your feet today, putting your feet in water and letting it remove anything from you that doesn't serve. Maybe a foot detox if that's something that you do. Or for those of you with a bathtub instead of a shower, a salt bath, or just lounge in a bath if it's medically okay for you to do that. And lots and lots and lots and lots of fluids and broth. But liquid type things in addition to your regular food. Okay, I think that's it, because I feel like I'm a blubbering kind of nonsensical being right now, person, because oh my gosh, what a loving energy. And she's pulled back and stepped back a little bit. Actually, I am going to do one more. The Quantum Oracle, again, Sandra Ann Taylor. Man, her decks are popping up all over the place this morning. One card, please. One card. The message I'm hearing is, understand that there's so much more. The world is so much bigger. The world and the energetic world is so much more than what we could conceive of. And there's so much that we haven't tapped into that we could. Ask and you will be given or shown what you need. Right off the top of the deck. Because that's what I was told to pick up. Nothing is random, I promise you. Kindred partnership. Someone out there is getting ready to move into one of the most fruitful and emotionally, I just hear the word blessed. I know that's, sometimes it's overused and it's kind of used in a negative way, even as a judgmental thing, but you are getting ready to move into a truly blessed state of being. Okay. Yeah, someone said I needed to talk about this, and I opened it up to it again. So as I was saying that, I was thinking some people will be turned off by the word blessed, simply because they're so used to having to fight, and they're so used to having to fight for their own protection and wellness, that they sometimes forget that it's okay to be in the flow of receiving the gift of peace that Spirit offers. And what was on the bottom? Conflict. And what I opened up to the middle? Hidden motivation. And what I'm hearing about that is that if you're always ready for the fight will find you. So be careful about that. Understand that sometimes, yes, we do have to stand up for ourselves or others to show them how to, but not always. And it's time we start moving to a place and a point of being okay with being at peace. Your protection team will always be with you, but you don't have to be on high alert with that sword held up high every minute of every day of your life. And trust me, I have been there most of my life. Okay. Is there anything else? One more message? Okay. What do you want to end this on? All right. Ooh, yeah. Dark thoughts. So that's the third card in that message. Conflict, hidden motivations, and dark thoughts. Your dark thoughts are not coming from spirit. If you are having difficult, horrible dreams and people you love that have passed are giving you horrible messages and saying mean things, that's not real. I'm telling you, it's not real. Because that's not how transitioned, thoughtful, loving spirits communicate. And the card that went flying across the table and onto the floor, great gratitude. Gratitude, when you love where you are, the hidden motivations came up again, and I think it has everything to do with that message of sadly, there are people with a lot of talents and gifts who like to use them for dark purposes, and I'm not going to get into all that because they don't deserve the time of day to think about. But understand that you can block that, and that's when you get your protection team in. And you do so with gratitude. Gratitude that that's not you. Gratitude that that's not your life. If you feel like you are fighting energies that are uncomfortable around you, you know what? Just get your team in. Just say, you don't even have to know who they are. Just say, I need my protection team. I need my protection team to come in, surround me, and take care of this situation and remove whatever does not come fully in the light. And they will. When you channel, and you can all channel, every single person can channel a white column of light coming from the creator of all things. Nothing is stronger than the creator of all things. The creator of all things. People took free will and manipulated it and warped it into something darker. The creator of all things, the blessing of that light and love and power that you have within, there is nothing greater. Please understand that. You don't have to be afraid of anyone else's hidden motivations. Everything comes out in the light of day. Everything eventually is shown in the light. Got a little heavy there toward the end, but the messages are still positive and good. I love all of you. You are a ray of light, and remember that. You have the Divine Mother. You have the divine feminine energy surrounding you and giving you all that you need energetically. You know when that shifted, when she started to reach out and she just wanted to be the loving caregiver, I have a feeling there are those who don't like that. What I'm hearing is you can't be in the light if you dabble with the dark. Okay? So it gives you a false sense of security and strength, but it's really not. I love you all. That is real. Love is real. Self-love is real. The essence and spirit of love is real. Call in the creator of all things and understand you have that spark of creation within you. Think about how you want to use it. Create your sacred space today and create your mantra and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Okay, I think that's it. This was this was interesting. All right. I love you guys so much. All of you. I adore you. Be that ray of light. All right, we'll talk later. Bye.